and everyone was going, goosh, and I was like,
No.
what?
No, you don't do that. Paul?
What?
I didn't.
Yeah, you won't. Bonjour, je m'appelle Jazzy and Steve here, and we're back with another video. Yes, it's a match preview for Sunderland versus Brentford. I got them mixed up there. Now then, Steve, we've got quite a few things we're going to be talking about. We've got the shirt giveaway announcement on this video, so if you've got the correct scores, you have won. And get your names and your comments down below, and we'll mention you in the next match preview. If you get it right, that is.
Aye.
You've got to get it right.
Or unless you mean then you get it right, you still don't get a mention like I didn't last week in Paul's preview.
We'll kind of get your head bigger than
But
bigger.
I'm not bitter about that at all. We'll talk about some news around Sunderland, which some of you will have already seen, most of it anyway. We'll briefly touch upon, and you like saying that, touch upon the Huddersfield game, and then obviously we'll talk about our thoughts on Sunderland setting up on Saturday.
But before we get on any further with this video, do yourself a massive favour, smash the thumbs up on this one and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel.
And of course, this video is brought to you by Tiny Weird Garage Doors. Get yourselves on Facebook, check them out for all of your garage door needs.
Well, like, I've been on the adverts and that, haven't I?
I know. Should we go to news around Sunderland, or do you want to go to Huddersfield?
We'll talk.
Go to Huddersfield.
No, we'll talk about the Huddersfield game may as well, because that was like the last important game. Do you want to give your views first, mate?
Wait, not really, because I wasn't at the game. I was at work, so I haven't seen it. So you can talk about the game. You talk about the actual game, and then I'll say what I was disappointed in.
I will. Well, I was massively disappointed in the way that we got the tickets in the first place, the way they opened the stadium. I would love it if they reserved me ticket for my seat, because I didn't like where I was situated. But regardless, Reggie changed it. He went 4-4-2, believe it or not, at the start of the game. And we were shocking. Them fringe players want to knock on Reggie's door, and I tell you what, they didn't put in it anywhere near as what they're capable of, and especially the first half. Now we'll just quickly get on to the second half. One massively improved. The first half, it was knee design, knee energy, knee oomph, knee nothing. There was nothing, knee tempo. But regardless, the second half came out with a totally different team. I thought Isidore was moments away from making something happen on the left-hand side. So much so they brought on Harness to try and combat that attack down that side. They took him off.
I can't remember a season gone by over the last 10 years where we haven't played against Marcus Harness.
Oh, you know. And that's what I said. I said that when I was at the stadium. I was getting that good game all the
He's
time.
just following us.
And he tortures us as well. But regardless, getting back onto the game, the second half was massively improved. And I wish with Wilson, happy birthday, and he replied. I couldn't believe it. I nearly died.
Someone at work said it was yesterday. He went, "Oh, you're hitting the big time." He said, "Oh, reply to Jazzy's thing." I said, "Yeah," and he actually watches us.
He does. Hi,
Wilson.
Happy birthday for you the day again.
But
I thought Wilson was going to make something happen. I thought they took Nordy off early because they seen him what he was capable of. He looked a good player. He looks an absolute unit, and we thought, He's grown into this game, especially in the second half, and they must have thought, yeah, Saturday's coming, get him off.
Yeah.
But for me, the club do not take that League Cup serious, in my opinion, in that there, because they made all the changes in the world. He was tinkering with the formation, and I was thinking, but then again, that team should have steamrolled Huddersfield, mate.
But yeah, I mean, I was saying to you before, wasn't I? I mean, I wasn't at the game, I was at work, so I couldn't watch it. I've seen bits and clips and all that. I've spoken to a few people. But Paul touched on it before. The team that we played, it was what you could say is our fringe players so far this season. People that are really, they should be knocking on Reggie's door saying, "Listen, I want to be involved. And that team that played, yes, we made 11 changes from the first two league games, but it's still good enough to beat Huddersfield, who made 10 changes of their own, by the way. So that should have been a case for them to get on the pitch and show what they're made of. I mean, we know what most of them are made of, but really show that they're hungry to get in this team. And for me, they just didn't do that. Now, I spoke to a few people that said that Gu had a decent game. He took his goal well. It's been a while since we've had a cross come in and someone get on with a header.
It was good, but I was disappointed that he didn't step up for a penalty when being our number 9.
Well, I was going to, apparently, straight after the final, you've got to bear in mind, he hasn't had much of a pre-season because of the Club World Cup. And then he's only had like 15 minutes against Burnley. And they reckon after the game he was dead on his feet and he was getting treated for cramp after 90 minutes.
Oh, right. If that's the case,
fair enough. But it could be worse. It could have been 80 million from like Man United paid to Sesko and then he stepped up 10th. But that's a different story. But I heard Gear doing well. Like I say, he took his goal well and he put himself about. He's quite strong. And Masuaku and Nordy. Notice how we call him Nordies because we're unsure of the pronunciation of his surname.
Yeah, give yours, I'll give mine.
Wait, Sky Sports could call him Mickey Yelly.
I think it's Mucky Yelly.
Not a clue.
Let us know which one of us are right.
So for the rest of this video, it will be
Nordy.
But yeah, I heard they did well. Obviously, Nordy got took off because I'm expecting him to be involved on Saturday, but we'll get on to that.
You were friend me at Lexic. I thought, even though he missed the penalty, which it was like there's so many penalties got took at the end. I thought he'd done alright. He got the assist.
Yeah, we did well. I've seen the goals and
we should have had. Well. I had a bit of a debate on social media regarding the penalty shout. Now the ball comes across right, and their Huddersfield centre half. He was watching it and he sort of went behind and hit the ball, and then after, if you watch, the other centre half pulls him down to the ground.
Yeah.
And now the ref give a foul on the other centre half, saying he pushed him. He barely went. You know. I was just fuming, and there was another penalty shout later on. I just thought, well, massively improved the second half.
That's really good. I received messages when I was at work saying that obviously when we equalised, and then obviously there was that incident in the crowd. My last tell me said someone was on the cardiac arrest, and then you found out someone fell off the seat and hurt the leg. No, the kid was right in front of us, and it was when they scored the goal. He must have went up and went down, but you know what the thing. Yeah,
his thighs got stuck in it. Yeah, and that unloosened it all. It was kind of he was crying his eyes out.
Well, I hope he's all right. But then she messaged us saying we should have had a penalty, but obviously we didn't get one. But then we had a chance to take plenty, and like I say, we missed ours, and they didn't.
Credit them, they went through. Another thing, I just hope there isn't. I'm not bleeping this out because I'm in the car. A wank fest for Henderson like there was for Gooch. Now I clapped Gooch when he came on. I clapped Gooch at the end. But he was getting tackled. He put a mint tackling on Isidore, and I thought he could have a good game against him for the first half. And everyone was going, Gooch. And I was like, what?
No, you don't do that.
Not in the game. I just hope that doesn't happen on Saturday. Which will win it because people will be back where they belong.
Henderson will get a good reception.
100%.
He is one of our own. But what people don't realise is, or some people forget, he didn't play that. He wasn't with us for that long. He came up through the youths and all that, but first time I think he was only with us for 3 seasons max, and then he left. So Gooch was with us through the hard times and all that, where Henderson
definitely.
Look, he'll get a good reception. He is from Sunderland. He's one of our own. He's captain England. He's won everything there is to win at club level, and like I say, I was smaller best.
You don't want to be cheering him though if he's making good tackles in the game, are you?
No, of course not.
But everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I'm not going to pick on people if I just thought it was a bit strange. That's all.
Brentford. So, that's who we've got on Saturday, so we might as well talk about them.
Yep.
Brentford have had a bit of an interesting summer, if you will. Obviously, they lost the manager, who's doing well at Spurs so far. They've lost Mbuemo to Man United, and they've got Wissa, who is refusing to play. Sounds familiar, that.
It does. And he's trying to force a move to Newcastle, but their manager, Keith Andrews, surprisingly, I know this. They're a well-established Premier League club, so it'll not be surprising. They've had a decent start to the season, mate.
Well, they lost the opening game 3-1 to Notts Forest, and they got a good win last week against Villa. So we don't know how they're going to be. A lot of people are tipping them to struggle, and myself included. I don't know if who they brought in are ample replacements for Mbuemo and Wissa, even though Wissa hasn't gone yet, but he might as well have because he's refusing to play. I mean, they brought in, Awatora from Bournemouth for €43 million. Everything's in euros now.
I know it does me.
And they've got him and they've got Thiago. They're hoping they're going to be their new forward line. They've got both the goals that they've scored so far in the league this season. Yeah, they brought in Malambo from Feyenoord, who's midfielder. They brought in Coyote from Fiorentina and Kelleher from Liverpool. Now, Kelleher is a good goalkeeper. He really is. And I know a few Liverpool fans from work, obviously born and bred Scousers. And they were quite bothered by it that they got rid of him because they don't know how much Alisson's got left, and that Kelleher is a good goalkeeper. But they brought him, and obviously they brought in Henderson for free as well.
With Keith Andrews, this is his first ever proper professional job, you know what I mean? So a lot of tipped him not to do so well, and maybe could be one of the first managers to get the sack. I didn't think there'd be that.
Don't be daft.
That's just
there's no chance he's going to be one of the first ones to get sacked when you've got Amarim and Figan and Potter kicking around.
But regardless, of these, like you were talking about these signings, can they replace the goals what Mbuemo scored last season? 20 goals and 7 assists. Then Wissa, he got 19 goals and I think 4 assists or something like that. Have they really brought in inadequate replacements that can chip in and get them their goals. They only finished, what was it, 10th last season?
Something like that.
10th. They were a mid-table team, but they did not been in the Premier League for kind of a few years
Yeah,
now.
they
So
have,
they're a proper established Premier League club.
But I've looked into some of the signs that they brought and all that, and I don't think they are good enough to replace what they've lost. I mean, it's still too early to see it. All right, when I've looked into the new signings, obviously we know what Henderson can do. I mean, he ran the show for them last week. He was an inspiration to the Brentford when he played the game last week against Villa. He literally ran the show. He dictated everything, which we know he did that with Liverpool. I mean, I remember when Mo Salah said that on the pitch, he always just used to look at Henderson for Henderson to tell him what he wanted him to do.
Well, with Henderson, they didn't play him against Bournemouth, so they obviously got one eye on the Premier League and the game on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I've just read like their injuries, who's injured, who's not, and it was Nunes is still out. The rest, like Henderson's alright. I think there was one or two others, but I'm not sure if they're first teamers in any way.
Well, I think what's going to be a big battle on. I mean, Brentford, let's say, they are going to come up here and obviously they're going to go to win, just like everybody always does. But we need to use our home advantage. Again, we need the crowd to be the 12th man like we were at West Ham, because it was phenomenal, that atmosphere. But I think a big battle on Saturday will be the two, arguably over the last few years, or over the last however many years, two of the best centre midfield leaders in European football. You've got Xhaka and you've got Henderson.
With Xhaka, he went on leaps and bounds, and he went up a level when he left Arsenal as well.
Well, he guided Leverkusen to what he did, you know what I mean? Unbeatable season, freaking won the first ever league, managed to captain them in the Champions League, and Henderson's done all that with Liverpool. So I think it'll be two people pulling the strings, one on each team, which ironically play in the same position.
When we get to the Stadium, like, it's got to be a fortress, because look what, like briefly with the Burnley game, we were just not at it. We were not the same team. It was like chalk and cheese from the West Ham game.
Well, that's ironic, because it was the exact same team.
It was, wasn't it? But
well, no, apart from already starting and still.
The way they performed, should I say?
Yeah.
They just didn't turn up.
Well, really. We said it now in our reviews, didn't we? We said that basically Burnley wanted it more. We probably enjoyed similar amounts of possession as what Burnley did, but we didn't create any chances.
We weren't ruthless in front of goal. But the thing is,
my ender should have buried that one in the first few minutes.
The thing is, we are not going to come up against a team who's going to play like that again this season, in my eyes. Somebody who's going to literally park the bus and just really low block counter-attack and hope to get a chance, which they did. They did it well. Parker, Skull, Reggie, in my opinion, on that one, he got it down to a T. But against Brentford, like it was West Ham, it'd be a lot more open. There'd be a lot more space for our forwards to thrive in, really.
So before we go on to the team on Saturday, obviously a few bits of news that have come out over the last few days. One of them
good
today.
news as well.
Yeah, well, Luis Semedo, or Hamir, whatever you want to call him, he has left the club and went on loan to some team in Portugal, beginning with an M, Moriarese or something like that. He's went on loan there. Let's see if anything comes of him. We won't know until he comes back. Chrissy Rigg has signed a contract extension until 2030, and he says it's all he's thought about. He remembers making his debut at 15. He's broke records at the club. Made his championship debut, and then a couple of weeks ago he made his Premier League debut.
It's massive that young talent like the likes of Chris Rigg want to stay at something. They want to progress in their career and stay with us.
He says he owes so much to the club and the fans and everything, and he just wants to stay here and he wants to build on it. And I think that's a fantastic bit of news. Of course it is, mate. Well done to him. Also, you got Dan Ballard. As we all know, he went off after 7 minutes on Saturday with a groin injury. Reggie's come out and he said that he doesn't think it's too bad. They're expecting him back in 2 to 3 weeks.
Our game changed when he went off against Burnley. I thought we just went in ourselves, in our shell, and he is monumental for us.
No, of course he is. It'd be a massive miss. Bizarrely, we're in a fortunate situation at the minute where we do have now centre-halves that can slot in. Yep. But Ballard and his presence and what he brings to the team will be a miss.
It's a brick wall
on Saturday. I mean, luckily the week after is the national break.
No, it is.
So hopefully, you never know, he could be back for the game after that.
Well, I heard the lad was talking to him after the game and he says, when will you be back? And he went, Crystal Palace.
Right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Also, talking about centre-halves, we've all been following the transfer saga of John Lukumi.
It's went on a bit, like that.
It's went on a bit, but Bologna they don't want to get rid of him.
No.
Lukumi's already agreed terms with Sunderland on a 5-year deal worth €3 million, isn't it?
Something like that.
Something like that. We have a current bidding of 28 million euros plus add-ons. I think it's a 10% sell-on fee.
10%,
But Bologna came up basically and said that if they find a replacement, they'll sanction it. If they don't, they're going to try their best to dig their heels in and not let it happen. But if we can get him across the line, that would be fantastic. And for me, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, Paul, as with many of you, the Burnley game, in my end as miss, proved or rubber stamped the fact that we are still desperate for an experienced striker. We've got the young'uns in, which is great. Mayenda and Isidore, if they'll get most of their goals by running with the ball into the box or making runs in the box to get on long balls. Like Guillou proved they didn't get on the end of corners, get on the end of crosses, but that chance that Mayenda missed was critical. If that went in, it's a different game. And I mean, it's 3 yards out for God's sake.
I know.
But we need, we've been saying it all summer. In fact, we've been saying it longer than just this summer. We need like an experienced late 20s, even early 30s, an experienced centre forward who not only can do the job but can also bring on the youngsters that we've got and help progress them.
Well, the thing is with the striker situation for me, I think Isidore would work really well coming off the left. And we've seen what Mayenda can do when he's being played out on the right. Right, he can come in and do a job as well. But we still, for me, 100% need a recognised striker. I really do believe so, because you kind of pin your hopes on just 3. Isidore, apparently, he's been on the bench all the time. He's not Reggie's go-to man. It's been Mayenda. And although we're only 2 games in, and there's still plenty of time for people to improve and get better, and I still believe that Mayenda will do a job, but then you've got to look at Mark Hugh. Somewhere I read in the contract he's got to have so many minutes. So
yeah, he's got to make so many performances.
That's
But also, we mentioned it because how many centre offs are we going after? We've bought 3, or we've bought 2. We've got Bollard. We've got other fullbacks that can fit into the centre off, and now after Lukumi. So why not? We need that. For me, we need that experienced striker who can be a fox in the box. And I keep on saying that phrase, but just be there. Be someone who's got the natural instincts of just get on the end of things and put it in the box. That's something we haven't had for quite a while. And with the transfer window closing on Monday,
it might be a late one on it. But like you see with the centre half positions, you've got Nordy who can play there. You've got Ballard still at the club, and Alderete as well.
Aye, Reinildo can play centre half. Masawatu can play centre half.
Reinildo's did it early on, hasn't he? Played
So
that.
you know what I mean.
Don't know, mate. Maybe a winger as well. Maybe a right winger.
There's a few people said that, but for me, we've still got Roberts, and we've still got Roberts who and Talby on the right, and then we've got a Dinger and Mundle when he's fit on the left.
Oh, the left.
And then you've also got Isidore and Mayenda that can play out on the wings as well.
I'm happy with the left. It's the right position what I think needs
I'll be over the moon with just a striker and a centre half. If Lukumi and a striker.
Because Roberts, he didn't. To be honest, I've seen Roberts get a lot of stick regarding the Huddersfield game, but I've seen him within 10 minutes of each other. He put it on a plate for Rig and Hugh. He put it on a plate for him. And I know his creativity in the box, maybe shots get blocked constantly, or he runs into too many players, he tries to step out too many times, and his goal return is not the best, is it?
No.
But you can see how much of a talented player he actually is. You can see it. The lineups are made. For me, it's pretty simple. I'm going to go with Roofs in goal, Hume at right back. Then for me, Nordy comes in. I thought Nordy, I think Reggie took him off because of how much he's seen, the quality he was shown.
I mean, personally, I think the intention was always for Nordic to start on Saturday.
But I thought it could have been a right back because he can play there.
Yes, but with Ballard's injury.
You've got to put him there.
So I think he was already penciled in, already to play on Saturday.
100%.
Sorry, Ali, carry on.
No, it's all right. And then I would have gone with, obviously, Alderete to come in and Reinildo. And it's pretty much the same forward line as the last game for me. So I didn't need to bore you any more details.
I've pretty much got exactly the same. Obviously, Roofs, Hume, Nordy, Alderete, Reinildo, the Xhaka Diarra Siddiqui in the middle, Talby on the right, Ding on the left, and then I think he will go with Mayenda again. But I think, wouldn't be surprised or wouldn't mind if Guillou started. And I was talking to a lot of work, and Guillou apparently he's a bit more physical, he's taller, and he's a bit more of a handful of things. And Mayenda might have a better impact coming off the bench running at tight defenders.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? We know he's got the speed and we know he's got strength when running past players.
I think that Hughes 6'2". He's fucking...
Yeah, so I mean,
Like
he's 19-year-old and he's bigger than he's stocky as out as well.
Tank.
So I wouldn't mind seeing Hughes start and then my end coming off the bench, or either or. You know what I mean?
The only thing I've got right is, do you know the second half when Reggie went back to our system, what we used to playing? I thought Rigg improved and I thought Lafay improved as well. So could they really, be pushing for a start? Maybe I didn't think so. I think Siddiqui and Diarra have been outstanding this season. And
but my only gripe with our midfield last week is that we didn't create nothing. We did a lot of passing with the ball, but we didn't actually create nothing.
We put lots into the box, but there was the ball.
Talby was unlucky with his shot. My end should have about his, and Xhaka put his wide. That was the only chances we really had.
Well, the ball. If you look at the game back, you can see the amount of times we put the ball in the box. But like I say, you've got to put it on the end of his head. He's not the tallest forward, you know what I mean? So if you're not putting it on a sixpence for him, he's not going to get any chances really.
Yeah.
You've seen what he's capable of, like the game against West Ham. Now we can try and get on the end of things and put it into the corner. But if you're not going to put him, he's not going to score basically. But you need a bigger centre off if you're going to put all them balls in. And Gil could be that answer. But for me, I think it's got to be Mendes still.
Right. Well, I suppose we'll go to score predictions.
Right. Did you do the last one first?
We'll do a separate video.
So
I'll go first on this one. I'll go first on this one. Home game, crowd will be massive. We're sold out again, and obviously yes, Ballard's going to be a miss, but I'm quite happy with Nori coming in to be alongside Alderete. Like I say, I don't think Brentford have strengthened that much, and I think we're going to want to fight back from that disappointing game against Burnley and Huddersfield. I've got Sunderland to win 2-0.
Well, the game against Burnley, we're not going to come up against the team who's going to park the bus the way they did. I think Brentford, like you said earlier, are going to come to win. They're going to be attacking us, so we'll leave space for our forward line to get in. And they're fast as out, so we will create more chances than what we did. Clean-cut ones, basically, than we did against Burnley. Strong, hard team to come up against. I'm not taking them lightly. I think this will be the hardest game of the season up to now for me. And I'm going against Sunderland to nick it 1-0. And that's about it. But
it's not about it.
No,
we're still going to do the draw for the shirt.
Yeah.
And also, something slipped by on the Chelsea City Facebook page.
What?
Someone put a comment on yesterday about something that they found at the match, and I've rinsed you in it.
Oh, I've seen it, you freak. Christ. You're forgetting, right? I'm 5'9.5". He is just stupidly tall. And do you know what I'm on the videos? And I interview people when we do the vlogs. He purposely, because he's tall, lifts the camera up and we'll all look like little ants running about. 5'9's perfect.
Yeah, Saturday we'll be at the Stadium of Light. We'll be in Elysium before the game. Obviously last time was the first one. He's got the TVs up. He's going to have the face painter there. So we'll be in there before the game. So if you're in there, get yourself along and we'll see you in there.
Or we'll just ambush us all like Steve did last time.
I know. Why not?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let's get the draw.
Yeah, we've got the names going in the hat.
Before we get anyone commenting, Steve, we'll show a few people.
I'll just read the names out.
No, but they'll need to see that they're real.
Well, they're not the real. I'm reading them out.
No, we've got called
Right,
out.
get the hat.
Fucking hell.
Right, Anth Hopper. Hold that up. Les Palmas Mackhams.
Can you imagine if Anth wins as well?
Oh, no.
People will think it's fake. But he got the story.
MD1511. Good strong name. Joe Walters even.
He reminded you on, didn't he? I was saying that.
Mackham Baz 68. Oh shit. Tosh Turnbull, he normally goes for a 6 and out.
He's won again. Before this, he won years ago, didn't he? So it pays to keep commenting.
Michael Wilson.
Because you will win eventually.
And Stephen Barber. So, give them a shake. Do you want to draw it on me?
Me, because you've just done all that fucking talking. Right, I've got it. And the winner is somebody different, Stephen Barber.
Stephen Barber, but it's Step Hen Barber because it's spelled with a PH and not the correct way with a V.
Steve!
But
so get in touch with us on either Instagram or Twitter or the Facebook page or fucking anything really. But
that's pretty much it.
That's it, everyone.
We'll be in Elysium before the game on Saturday. You little mug. Elysium before the game. Come along and see us. £3 a pint, you can't get wrong. And obviously the early fixture will be on the tellies. And next thing is Kids Entertainment. He's went 1-0, I've went 2-0. I'm still confident. Paul?
What?
I win.
Yeah, you won't. The thumbs up.
What are you doing? Jesus Christ.
Oh, the fucking hell.
Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're new.
Oh,
And as always,